Youth with Chronic Pain, a presentation by the Data Visualization Group. Let's start with a quick recap of our progress till the previous design review. Chronic or persistent pain is the pain that carries on for longer than 12 weeks despite medication or treatment. Most people get back to normal after pain following an injury or operation, but sometimes the pain carries on for longer. The symptoms and causes of chronic pain vary from person to person and can vary by age as well. Our team's role on this project consists of providing feedback on the data collection survey to improve its usability. Additionally, we aim to develop personalized data visualizations to improve the understanding and engagement of youth dealing with chronic pain. Through our visualizations, we seek to motivate behavior change and improve the patient's daily lived experience. During the previous design review, we identified the user needs through interviews and video analysis of chronic pain patients. We developed personas for the patients, caregivers, and clinicians. We also started documenting feedback for improving the quality and usability of the data collection survey tool. Current progress. Based on the feedback received during the previous design review, we refined the problem statement to capture the essential components of our project. Subsequently, we aim to develop a mobile-based visualization dashboard for chronic pain patients between the ages of 12 to 18 years that helps to track their sleep, physical symptoms, mental health, and peer interactions. We envision that by using our visualization dashboard, the users will be able to track and visualize the progression of their recovery journey, get actionable insights on how their chronic pain relates to other aspects of their life, and better communicate their lived experience with others, as well as be able to better advocate for their needs. To support meeting the identified user goals, we determined the list of requirements for the visualization dashboard. We categorized these requirements based on their importance, which includes must-have visuals for 4 categories, correlationships between different metrics, data sharing capabilities, and the ability to connect with other patients to share experience. We also outlined the overall user journey using the patient's persona. Here is a quick snapshot of the user journey consisting of the user actions, goals, storyboards, processes, experience, and problems. The user journey is described in more detail in our report. To help in our design journey, we developed a conceptual model to capture all the elements involved in the central data visualization application and its associated data flows. As a part of the conceptual model, we included the human elements of the patient, caregiver, their doctor, and the database where the data is securely stored. We developed 3 task examples and associated storyboards. As an example of a frequent task, consider Jonah, who feels anxious after experiencing a night of pain and doesn't understand why their medication is not working. This storyboard shows the experience of Jonah, who is anxious after a night of pain and is unable to understand why their medications are not working. Jonah initially tries to keep a mental record of their pain episodes, but realizes using an application would be much easier and accurate way for tracking. Such application would also allow Jonah to share their experience with others. As an example of an infrequent but important task, consider Meave, who wants to show her doctor how she's been feeling lately. She wants to give her doctor an overview of certain aspects of her life, such as her pain levels, sleep patterns, mood, and interactions with peers. Meave and her guardian visit a doctor for her bi-weekly appointment. The doctor uses the data visualization application to see her record of sleep, pain, mental health, and peer interactions. The relationship between these metrics shown in the visuals help the doctor to get a better understanding of Maeve's experience. Consequently, the doctor is able to modify the treatment to better fit her needs. As an example of an infrequent and incidental task, consider Abigail, who feels lonely because of her chronic pain. She has a feeling that no one understands her situation. Abigail uses a feature on the application to connect with peers who are dealing with chronic pain. She first sends out a request, and following its acceptance, she can chat with a peer. They are able to share their experiences and exchange tips for coping with chronic pain. After the conversation, Abigail feels happier and is relieved to know that she is not alone going through this journey. Following the creation of the storyboards, we started working on developing low-fidelity prototypes for the visualizations. As a part of this step, we conducted interviews with people who may be able to relate with our target demographic and collected feedback on our prototypes. We identified certain design principles to guide us in our design journey. Our design principles include exploring color as a channel to signify quantities, exploring the use of emojis and icons to convey emotions, exploring visual metaphors to represent pain, mood, and sleep, and exploring representations of the human body to visualize location of the pain. As an example, consider this visualization concept for the sleep data. A simple bar chart shows the hours of sleep and the corresponding day of the week. And users' response to the user experience questionnaire suggested that this visualization was clear and motivating as well. The use of colors and varying thicknesses for bars can help to make the information stand out. This visualization concept for pain shows the relationship between the location of the pain and its frequency. The user found this concept to be clear, easy, and interesting. This another visualization concept for pain uses bubble chart to represent the relationship between sleep and feelings or pain intensity. Based on the feedback received, using a legend to expand the relationship between the bubbles and colors if deemed necessary. The ability to show feelings using emoticons instead of graphs resonated well with the user, as they thought the visualization was creative, clear, and easy to understand. The use of a plant as a metaphor for feelings and mood resonated well during our user test. This visualization concept of representing the peer interactions using color and characters to show feelings was not as interesting to the user. However, the user suggested that the visualization was creative and clear to understand. Following are some interesting snippets from our user interviews. We found that the participant expected more of the traditional line or bar chart visualizations, and even though they had not used any data visualization applications before, the design of our lo-fi prototype was very favorable for them. The user suggested that having the ability to select from multiple visualization concepts would be better as opposed to having a standardized set of visualizations. We were able to successfully communicate our goal of a data visualization application that tracks various aspects of the user's health and stores and analyzes the data for better pain management. During our low-fidelity prototype testing, we used the user evaluation questionnaire to shortlist a set of 5 metrics that the user answered for each visualization. We aimed to understand whether the visualizations were understandable, aesthetically pleasing, and motivating for them. For our cognitive walkthrough, we chose 2 tasks. First, asking the user to track their daily progress and view their weekly summary, and second, asking the user to share their data using the application. This video shows the steps that the user followed during the walkthrough. They traversed through the daily, weekly, and detailed summary. On the weekly summary page, they proceeded to share their data by selecting the relevant options. At the end, we also encouraged them to explore the bottom menu options. Our low-fidelity prototype was created in Balsamiq and shows an initial view of what the eventual data visualization application will look like. To continue our design journey, we plan to develop and test our medium fidelity prototype before the end of March. In April, we plan to iterate on our medium fidelity prototype and complete the documentation for this project. Thank you.